Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the powerful promises of Deuteronomy 28 1-14. These verses reveal God's abundant blessings for those who listen, obey, and walk in His ways. Deuteronomy 28 1-14, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. If you listen and obey God wholeheartedly, He will exalt you above all other nations. Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. God's blessings will pursue and overwhelm you as a result of your obedience. Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Whether you live in urban or rural areas, God's blessings will follow you. Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kine, and the flocks of thy sheep. Your family and livestock will flourish and multiply. Verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store, your provisions and resources will never run out. Verse 6. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. You will experience blessings in all your daily activities and travels. Verse 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. God will protect you, scattering your enemies and giving you victory over them. Verse 8. The Lord shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and He shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Everything you do will prosper, and God will bless your possessions and the land He gives you. Verse 9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto Himself, as He hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in His ways. God will make you His special, holy people if you obey His commandments and live according to His will. Verse 10. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. Other nations will recognize God's presence in your life and will respect or fear you. Verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. God will bless you with abundance in children, livestock, and wealth. Verse 12. The Lord shall open unto thee His good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. God will provide the necessary resources for your success, enabling you to lend instead of borrow. Verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head, and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. Obeying God ensures you will lead and succeed rather than follow or fail. Verse 14. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand, or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Staying faithful to God's commandments is essential to maintain His blessings and avoid idolatry.